Is it better now? I'm hoping it's better. Excellent! I can't even. I do not know what's going. Well, no, that's not true. I know what's going on. Basically, I need to buy a powered USB hub because I have more USB devices connected to my computer than my computer can power. Damn it. So, gotta fix that problem. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. So I figured we will. Why is my phone making a lot of noise? It should only make a little noise. I figure we can try to finish our chapter 3 of this run through before I need to go and run my D&D game tonight. So, last we left our heroes, they had left Reese's house, which was vaguely creeptastic. And with StreetSmart, we noticed that instead of putting herself between you, the stranger, and Reese, Reese's mom put Reese between you, the stranger, and herself, as if she was sort of worried about everybody else. I now feel like I'm reading too much into that after hearing Pengu's theory about, like, basically her Frankensteining him back to life or something like that. Which, maybe she did? I don't actually know. It's certainly creepy. I really want to find which combination of traits lets you see what's behind that door. Or I guess maybe no combination of traits does that, but we'll see. We did talk to Isaacs last time as well, so that was really pretty interesting. But let's yeah, okay, clicking on the game in OBS is not gonna actually make it go. Thanks, me. Alright, well, let's see. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Let's see. Something weird happened when I went to wash my hands. It was like I was forced to try to break into the clinic. Forced how? It was like something was making me go there. I wonder. Was it like that carving in the pit last night? Before you had that seizure, it was kind of like you were hypnotized. Yeah, I figure it was a later chapter thing, but a girl can dream. Hello, Pengu! Welcome to the stream. Shout out to Pengu, who is awesome. I'm sorry I missed your stream. I now have 2 VODs to catch up on, but I had work meetings. I should have it up. I keep turning it on, and it keeps maybe not realizing it's on. Let me reload the page. Okay, maybe now can we hear it? Or it might be that, like, my browser doesn't know what I'm using for a microphone. It says this page is accessing my microphone, but it might not actually be. I keep turning it on, and I don't think it's actually working. Is part of the problem. It's not a very smart bot, you know? But I thought so I keep turning closed captioning on, but I also, like, didn't have my microphone working for a little while. So I am minorly wondering if that's the problem. Let me just double check. Test? Nope. So Streamlabs figured out where my microphone is, But my computer seems to not know. I think we might not have closed captioning today because I cannot deal with trying to get it to work itself out. I have a fairly limited amount of time. And I can't reboot my computer and I can only reboot my microphone, and last time I did that it like completely died. So I continue to have the problem of too many USB devices for this machine, so like they're not all powered, and things are not working because of that. So we're just gonna keep it going and hope for the best, and hope that like Streamlabs doesn't suddenly decide that it doesn't know what my microphone is either. So, all right. Before you had that seizure, it was kind of like you were hypnotized. I wasn't there, but I guess I'll take your word for it. Hypnotism seems like a step up from what we've been dealing with, though. I mean, I don't know. A lot happened last night. But the whole thing was very trance-like. I guess it was kind of similar. What if there's another carving in there? That'd be so weird. If there is, I wonder if it'd give you another vision. Maybe these things have something to do with the ditchlings. You're not suggesting we go poking around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibed pow hat. Did either of you get the impression that Dr. Kelly is afraid of Reese? She never turned her back towards him. Are you sure she wasn't just being overprotective? I'm sure that's all that's going on, and she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. Yeah, but if she was being overprotective, she'd have sat between us and him. She had her back to the window. That's interesting. If anyone should be afraid of anyone in that house, Reese should be afraid of his mom. I think you're both reading into things too much. Dr. Kelly is good people. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick, but it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Stella is right. Maybe ghosts aren't real. But the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. You can't help but feel like you're about to walk into a slasher movie. You run through a mental list of everyone who's joining you, trying to figure out if you'd make it to the end. So let's see. Ditchlings. Ditchling. Anything else weird? Any other weird things? Any other ditchlings? I don't think so. I think just those guys. Great. It's probably enough. Hey, marshmallow peeps are good. People in horror movies usually die because they don't stick together. You won't be letting anyone make that mistake tonight. Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark, its shadow deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey, Oscar, are you back yet? Shh, can't yell in the library. It's against the rules. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina's situated in the back room. Alexis is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. Now, how is she doing? She's not quite as chipper as she was when she was on stronger meds, but she's still doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side nonstop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I are both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back home at least, and we'll be able to get her back into her real home in no time. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video camera, salt, flashlights for everybody in case a ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies, and paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals. Ah, and a Ouija board. You know, they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug-out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying. After last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Ah, yes. I missed a call from Mr. Spam Risk. Thanks, phone. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you could make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing. Always happy to offer a hand or two. Glad there'll be someone else with a level head in there tonight. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all the stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. You already really covered all your bases. Maybe I spoke too soon. You know me, Kanika. I'm as level-headed as they come, but I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, y'all apparently saw some really unexplainable stuff on Monday, and that mine only collapsed again after 100 years while y'all were there. I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. Let's go with... This whole town is one big supernatural death trap. I swear, it's not usually like this. It's really a nice place to visit most of the time. Just not this week, apparently. Yeah, you can tell from all the shuttered storefronts and jaded residents. Maybe this place has been a metaphorical death trap for a long time, and it's decided to be a little more obvious about it now. The leaves are really pretty this time of year, though. They sure are. See? It has its charms. Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, glad you could make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Yeah, this isn't gonna help you, Zane. I'm sorry. Now, let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and... That's everyone. Wait, what about Tabby? What about her? She's not here. Let's get started. I guess she can catch up to us once she gets here. Well, if y'all are itching to get started, it's through the back. Follow me. You and your companions grab some equipment from one of Stella's carefully stashed bug-out bags before heading towards the junction connecting Oscar's house to the library. It looks like a greenhouse that connects it. Looks like the sun has almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey. You are not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hi Zane. What's up? Yo. Rosalina. Yeah, we're gonna just let Dad handle this. You decided best to let Oscar handle this. I've done enough resting, and it's not like hobbling around in the library is any different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there. I miss feeling home. You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I've got to learn to walk around eventually. Might as well start while I'm still on pain meds. And our house is one story. It's not like I'm climbing Everest. Oscar sighs. The doctors did say I should encourage you to practice walking. Okay, you can come along. But if you get tired or if it starts to hurt, you let me know right away. Thanks, Dad. Now let's get our house back. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. You can imagine long winter nights reading by the fireplace without a care in the world. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Zelina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Seems I made it just in time. Let's get the show on the road. I don't have all night. Tabby! Great, she's here. Wow, T'Pow, you really brought the whole gang together today. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know. Yeah, I know. We all know. T'Pow, what made you think inviting her was a good idea? What? I like her. We're friends. Really? Sure, why not? We're friends now, I guess. Deal with it. Wow, T'Pow, do you have any idea how hard it is to get these two in the same room? This is amazing. Yeah, amazing. That's a word for it. Sounds like we're in for an interesting night. I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with the people I went to high school with. No wonder small towns have so much drama. Wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? Oh, it sure does. I definitely feel that. Same. I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Okay, Zane, you cannot take a picture of temperature. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Lie, I feel a presence. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. We're wasting our time here. Oscar said the ghost is in Rosalina's room. Yeah, but we don't have to rush there. I'm sure we can deal with it from out here, right? What, are you actually scared or something? You're an adult with a child. Grow up. Shut it, Tabitha. No one wants your opinion. Stella, I've been meaning to ask. Do you actually know how to get rid of ghosts? How exactly are we going to get rid of it if we find one? Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols from every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars. For ectoplasm. And if worse come to worse, we can always use the Ouija board to politely ask it to leave. Aren't Ouija boards super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite a demon into the house or something? Ouija boards are toys. The only power they have is scaring kids at slumber parties. That sounds like fun to me. We might as well try it, right? What's the worst that could happen? We make the ghost mad and it gives us more evidence? Sounds like a win-win. I think I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the thought of opening a door for something worse. Wow, you've never been this superstitious, Dad. This ghost really has you freaked out. Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. That feeling again, like the mines, like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Yeesh, that's gotta be tough to scrub out. Doesn't the county own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Have you seen your house? I don't see how that's relevant. Weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count, and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Oh, good idea. I've never heard of a bleach-activated ghost before. You don't use bleach to clean a carpet, Tabitha. Whatever. How was I supposed to know that? Not everybody gets to learn how to clean things. If you all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of the carpet every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll just take you to court for neglect instead. Did it not occur to you that there could be a leaky pipe under the floor? I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Plus, there might be something written under there, in blood. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Oh dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained with reddish brown. What if there isn't a ghost after all? What if somebody lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. Nope. We're going down there, right? Of course we are. This is even better than finding a message. But there's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, all right. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can just feel it. Yeah, I mean, like, so my house has no basement. It's on a flat foundation. I know this because I saw the foundation before the rest of the house was built. If I discovered suddenly that there was a hatch in my floor, I would be freaking the fuck out. And I think that's basically the situation they're in, right? Like, they didn't think there was a basement under there. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. You'll know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through to the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud. It's blood. Human blood. I tested it. You know what? Every time I see this, I'm like, Oscar, how did you test it? In what way did you test this blood and determine that it is human? Well, you tested it wrong. Oh my god, they speak in unison. It can't be blood, right? Kanika's right. You've got a muddy floor, and that's why it's so cold in here, too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations. We solved your ghost problem. No way. There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We are not leaving until we know what's down there. I'm with Stella. This is my room, and I need to know what's down there. Nothing good. Have you considered they may have tried sealing it up because it was unsafe? Uh-huh. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Okay, before Stella goes for it, we're gonna just content warning this briefly. This game has many weird things, including a bunch of jump scares that I'm maybe prepared for this time. Freaking jumped out of my chair last time. Dun dun dun. You come to in Oscar's living room. Oh, the painting is missing. Why is the painting missing? Why is the painting of a unicorn in a little enclosure of the garden missing? Medieval unicorn painting. Why? I don't think I noticed this last time. Like, everything else is just as it was. No unicorn painting. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mold and earth. It makes you feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out again? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something? Is fainting some kind of weird family thing? Is there a genetic condition I need to be worried about? Not that I'm aware of. Nothing like this has happened before you got to town. Who knows what sort of nastiness was festering in that basement? Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? I must just be misremembering things. Let's go. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door there. Clearly, whatever was in that basement is messing with our heads. We just left Oscar's house. The library has to be on the other side of that door. The two of you crossed the hallway and opened the door. Well, that's certainly not the library. Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. This... Hmm. Do you see that creature behind the thorns? Oh yeah, this creature. That's one of the bad omens Stella and I found in the woods. Ew. Tabitha? Please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having the same stroke at the same time? Did we die? Don't be so dramatic. I think I'd know if we were dead. There's gotta be an exit somewhere. We just have to look. Wait, do you hear music? Ah. Okay, nope, still terrifying. Still terrifying. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Huh? Is this what ghost hunts are usually like? Stella knows more about that than me. Right, Stella? Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Edwardine? Eddie? You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so StreetSmart gives me a play along. All right, Edwardine, can you show us the way out? Don't encourage her. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Does it even matter what I say? It seems like she's got some kind of script. Maybe once it's done, she'll go back to normal. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to the Western Front, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Shut up. Shut up. She can't. She's clearly possessed. By what? Edwardine Scarlet? Tabitha tenses. You know, what if it's Edwardine that's being kept in the greenhouse, I guess? So weird. So weird. You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. Let her go, spirit. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Come on, we must have taken the wrong door out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. I think we have to go after Stella. Absolutely not. We are not being drawn deeper into this weird garden, greenhouse, whatever it is. She yanks your arm, pulling you back the way you came. Where did the annex go? Oh, look, ditchling. And rams, constant rams. You step forward and open the door. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shades figure from the garden, the shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner ever so slightly more defined. So we've got the shade, we've got a couple of ditchlings. We have puppets with crosses, like the little marionette crosses, and another one here, and another one here, and a baby ditchling, I guess, a bloody mine pick, a sacrificial lamb full of arrows, people, dude being on a rail. Okay. Are you kidding me? This is messed up. We need help. God, please let this call go through. Tabitha anxiously taps her foot as she waits for her phone to connect. Hey, it's... What? No, it's Tabitha. Didn't you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me. Can't you hear what I'm... Your cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Great. She couldn't hear a word I said. Looks like we're on our own. Ah. Junior, pack your things. Quickly, hurry. Jesus, Rosalina, you scared the shit out of me. Maybe we should run him out on a rail too. Make an example of the whole family. Charlie and now Junior. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe they're the same person. Oh, gross. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children, too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Oh. Oh, do you have something to say? Do you know something? I shouldn't have to spell it out for you. We talked about the collapse yesterday. You know the name of the guy who did it. We were inside the mine in question. Put it together yourself. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. And as for you, lady, what makes you think you're going to be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? Maybe the ghost's trying to tell us something about the collapse. Maybe Charles Shaw wasn't the only one responsible. Our family owns the mine, after all. No way we're free from guilt, right? Stuff that happened a century ago is irrelevant. You and I had nothing to do with it. So, you admit that the Scarlets had a hand in the collapse. I don't know. Do you think that's something they'd tell their kids? Doesn't even matter anyways. What's done is done. It's not like we can change what our ancestors did. If they even did it. Trust me, boy, the coppers ain't coming here tonight. And what makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. I wonder if the annex is where the Shaws lived, attached to City Hall. Because we sort of don't know where their house was. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out, unless you want to go up in flames with all the precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. I think there's more to this ghost than just a mine collapse. We're still missing a lot of the story here. What more could there possibly be? We got it, Ghost. You have trauma. But I've got some news for you. We all have trauma, and most of us don't use it as an excuse to trap people in some sort of psychedelic funhouse. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now, you're gonna have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in the empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. We're in hell. We both died, and we're in hell. I thought you'd know, Tabitha. Are we supposed to be Charlie? Is Charlie the ghost? Your guess is as good as mine. Who did you call on the phone earlier? Friend of the family. Not that it matters, though. The call didn't go through, so we're on our own. Okay, let's put our heads together. What do we know? What do we know? We know that we can't leave, and we know that we are not possessed, at least as far as we can tell. And whatever we saw in this room, at least, happened right after the Shaw mine collapse in 1918. I think the only option on the table for us right now is to keep doing what it wants us to do. Maybe it'll stop at some point, or maybe we'll figure out a way to escape. There's so many ditchlings here. Yeah, there are. Those things are horrible. No wonder you were too scared to come back to the estate on Monday. You're right. There's only one way to get to the end of this. Shall we? Yeah, let's get this over with. You and Tabitha walk up to where the pounding door you used to stand and step into the void. You're outside, and it's night, a false moon looming massively on the painted sky. The night feels thick and warm, the insects lively, their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Ugh, what magic words do I have to say to get you to let us go? I'm sorry, okay? Whatever my family did to piss you off so much, I'm sorry. You poor dear, I've been keeping track of you, scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Adwardine, haven't you? Okay, these scenes are out of order. This one must be after the garden and after the collapse. That's exactly what I was thinking. This has to be after he met back up with Edwardine. Wait, what am I doing? I refuse to get invested in figuring out this weird little puzzle. Yet too late, Tabby. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family, and what it did to the two of you young'uns. Childhood sweethearts, just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? So, Edwardine and Charlie. Let me just spoil it for you and say it doesn't work out. Our great-grandfather's name was not Charles. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you, but it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? What do you know about Enoch, Tabitha? Our great-great-grandfather. He was in charge of the mines when they collapsed. Too much sound. I don't know much besides that, so don't bother asking. What happened to our parents? We talked about this. Assuming this ghost is Charlie, its parents were driven out of town after the Shaw mine collapse in 1918. Were you not paying attention? The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can both go free. No more misfortune. Not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the holler. Kanika mimes handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. I don't trust whoever this lady is. She's got some kind of ulterior motive. Agreed. Clearly these dudes should never have taken whatever she just handed him. Anybody who did is a sucker. That's where you'll find them. You need her you need her there, then read what I'd written down, and be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. Tabitha sighs. Okay, let's find the way out. Unless you have any ideas, I don't think there's anything else we can do until we get to the end, or until we die, whichever. Before the two of you can leave, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocated flesh with a tinge of the saccharine and stomach-churning scent of decay. There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. It doesn't seem to have the same issues with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? Nope. Are you Sam Wayne, or are you something else? Stop. Stop asking me questions. Just stop interacting with the thing at all, okay? So cold, Tabitha. After everything we've been through, you have to have you treat me like a stranger. Shut up. What an unfortunate situation you've been dragged into, pal. Why can't you just do as I ask and stay out of trouble? But that girl won't let you, will she? Stella? Is that her name? Perhaps I should pay her a visit soon, if she makes it out alive. Tabitha bolts for the underbrush, desperately pulling you along. Stella. You either know something about Wayne that I don't, or you have a pretty interesting coping mechanism. That thing isn't Sam Wayne. Couldn't you smell it? Can we please go and just drop it? I don't want to spend another second thinking about what we just saw. Interesting. The two of you step out from the brush and into a long wooden corridor lined by bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Yes, that was my thought too. And Tabitha probably knows that he is dead and decaying as a body because she killed him, watched Perlan kill him, something, found his body. I'm not sure, but like she's pretty sure he's dead. Creep-tastic. You think Perlan dead? Yeah. Maybe he saw something he shouldn't have, and she did. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you, and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in its center, looking pitifully small. Nope, what? Which part nope? You don't think Perlan did it? She actually doesn't know what happened to Sam, just that Perlan made him go away. I mean, that's what she says, but I sort of think that she knows that he's dead. Like, she seemed reasonably sure. I don't know. Oh, okay. Interesting. I wonder why Pearl Ann sent him away. I still think he might have seen something he shouldn't have. Yeah. Well, considering he, like, looks and feels like decay. Okay. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. The play-alongs are not very good. Bottles and rails. There's liquor everywhere, and after the collapse, Senior was run out of town on a rail, hence all of the rails. The goat portrait back there is what the wounded lamb from the room with Rosalina grew up to be. Same as the goat head in the garden. As in Charles Jr., Charlie. Yeah, that seems to sum it up. Geez, I kind of feel bad for the guy. Ugh, that's exactly what he wants us to feel, isn't it? Oscar looks so small and pathetic in that bed. Pearl didn't like it when Tabby was with someone for too long and was given the threat of either breaking up with them or Pearl would take care of it herself. But didn't Pearl need her to, like, make an heir? Like, in theory, at least, she needs to get married and, or at least bang somebody, right? Or was it just that Pearl needed it to be somebody that she picked? Sort of don't know. That's true, but, like, clearly she never got knocked up. Damn it, Junior. How many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but that damned snake Enoch went behind my back. Oh, what bullshit. Strike a nerve? It was Charles Shaw's fault. That's just a fact. You know what they say about history? It's written by the victors, and Charles Sr. was clearly not a victor. As if the Scarlets were any kind of victors themselves. The collapse hurt their reputation too, you know. It took years for the mine to recover. You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, man has to accept that when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still. They destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. Do you think that's why he was getting close with Edwardine? I don't know. I guess it's possible, but it doesn't look like it panned out. Damn it, boy. I may not have till morning. Promise me. Promise you'll go back, and at the very least show that Enoch bastard what for. I promise. You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. The ghost is so full of it. Your cousin steps forward and disappears through the hole left in the bed, leaving you to follow. Oh, hence the unicorns. I see. So he is here to rescue the fair damsel unicorn. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against the trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over both all of it and all of you. Climbing up the trellis again, How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy, you should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. Okay, who is this? You keep asking me things like I know any better than you do. We've both been seeing the same rooms. You do know. You wouldn't be so nervous if you didn't. I'm nervous because we're trapped in a ghost realm and forced to watch a bunch of skits where real human beings are used as puppets. Get off my back. For all we know, none of this even happened. And even if any of this did happen, who's to say this is even close to an accurate interpretation? We're watching the memories of a dead man. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner, another victim of the Scarlet's lies. Like you, Charles Shaw. Be straight with me, Tabitha. What do you know? Okay, fine, sure. Maybe it's possible the old Scarlets lets Charles Shaw take the rap when they could have stepped up and taken more responsibility. Why do you think I'd know the details? That's the sort of secret people take to their graves. And we're an important family around here. I'm sure a lot of people feel like they've been victims of us because we're easy to blame. A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now it runs in hers. Yes, it seems your little trysts bore fruit. And, oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Tabitha's eyes go wide. You do know who this is. Quit dodging the question. Shh, let it talk. I think this might be important. You know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls, and you and Tabitha find yourselves pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. I might as well just keep pressing her, because, like, the hell else am I gonna be able to do? I'm not going to let up until you spill the beans. Stop talking. We might miss something. That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now. Yeah, right? Like, it sounds like a similar, set of things. You can't tell me what to do. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die. But if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? What the hell is it with them and beaches? This mysterious figure has the right of it. Ah, you've been talking to the witch then. How very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Stella? This is like being stuck in some sort of soap opera. Let's hope this one doesn't last 20 seasons. We have to be nearing the climax, right? How does it know that? This is too much. I just want to go home. Do you feel sick? I feel sick. Tell me everything. Why were you riveted to that conversation? Charlie isn't related to us, if that's what you're asking. I know that much, I think. But I guess there were some family secrets I was never let in on. I was just surprised. We established last time that Charlie is totally their great-grandfather, right? because their mom was the oldest sibling. Yeah, okay. Great. Come on, the quicker we get through this, the quicker we'll be out of this ghost place, hopefully. You and Tabitha walk after Stella and into the darkness. You and your cousin find yourselves crouched under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. I don't know how, but this feels so much worse than the last room. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. Yep. Ooh, I wonder if Charlie made the doll in our closet. Neither of them ever left the shadow of their parents, did they? I guess not. I don't think either Charlie or Eddie really got what they wanted out of life. It doesn't justify what this ghost is doing, though. I'll try to keep it away from my brothers so they don't smash it, though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can't even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. Dang, even possessed Stella is out here trying to monetize hobbies. Don't joke, you're pissing off the ghost. A traveling show? And you'd want me there too? Oh, could we go to towns along the beach? I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. Again with the beach. The beaches are nice. I get it. If I ever got a vacation, that's where I'd go. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. There. Are you done now, Charlie? Can we leave? Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Tabitha can get in another word. Funny thing, the beach was nice back then. Now it's so tourist-packed that's a nightmare. Yeah, well. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. We're the final performers, aren't we? We must be. Which one of us is going to open the door? Why are you asking that? Are you scared? Of course not. It creaks open all on its own. Oh God, this is so much worse than opening it ourselves. You and Tabitha are shoved from behind and tumble through the hatch. Oh, it's a goat and wolves. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy together. Eddie? Oh God, I'm actually going to be sick this time. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes up. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty. Yeah, okay, you are not wrong. You are not wrong. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Enoch died nearly 80 years ago. Does it matter what he did? Does it even matter if he framed Charles Shaw at this point? Who's left to be hurt by any of this? Ugh, what now? Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? Why should I be? I'm not responsible for any of this. Neither am I. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Okay, everybody's blood is red. Are you kidding me? I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die. Please, I have been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years, to pay for the years that were taken from me. What are you saying? My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. No, it's absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us had anything to do with what happened to you. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit. It doesn't matter which. Bullshit. Booksmart. You're on trial here, aren't you? And you're a lawyer. Advocate for yourself. Oh yeah, that's right. I said I was a lawyer. Okay, so Booksmart says, give us a chance. StreetSmart says, this is bullshit. You can't just sentence us without a trial. I know my rights. I sort of want to do the StreetSmart thing, but I know that, like, you need the Booksmart thing. Okay. We are going to do this away. I'm going to try the StreetSmart thing, and if it cuts off the option to do the Booksmart thing completely, we'll come back. This is bullshit. You can't just sentence us without a trial. I know my rights. Yeah, we have rights, you know. I take it you have a plan, then? Your plea is met with silence. But silence isn't judgment. Keep talking. Don't need anything from us to move on. Whether you or not, nobody's keeping you here but you. Memories you showed us are rife with overblown metaphor. We are told to leave repeatedly. Why should the sins of our forefathers be passed on us? Were Charles Shaw's sins passed on to you? Ooh. Why should the sins of our forefathers be passed on to us? Were Charles Shaw's sins passed on to you? In life, did you want to punish Edwardine and Enoch, or did you want to move on and build a brighter future together? More silence. Keep going. You don't need anything from us to move on. Whether you realize it or not, nobody's keeping you here but you. We can't give you closure. A fresh tension bubbles up in the air. You're almost out of this. Okay, so I don't think it's this one. For all your focus on the collapse and your death, have you forgotten about Eddie's pregnancy? We're not just Scarlets. We might be Shaws. The jury box is pulled away as you and Tabitha are brought face to face with the spirit. It's time for your closing argument. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's all that it needed. Why can I not? Oh. You don't need to take anything from us. You've kept yourself as a prisoner here just like you've kept us, just like you've kept our friends. All you have to do is let go. You don't need to take anything from us. You've kept yourself as a prisoner here just like you've kept us, and just like you've kept our friends. All you have to do is let go. Silence. Now this looks promising. There. And then everything fades to black. You and Tabitha come to in a basement, a mound of packed dirt in front of you. Your friends are nowhere to be seen, though Sybil remains standing on the stairwell, as if she's been patiently waiting for you to get up. Ah, the spirit is gone, and the two of you are back, and both of you are whole. I have to admit that this is quite an unexpected outcome. Excellent work, pal. I hope you don't mind, but I took advantage of the distraction to free everyone else. They're all outside. Take all the time you need to collect yourselves. I'll see you out there. Sybil heads up the stairs, leaving you and Tabitha alone in the basement. Huh, so that actually worked. I've got to stop picking fights with you. I think investigating the seal is more important than talking about Sybil right now. Before you go, you decide to investigate the shallow ground in the middle of the room. Tabitha follows closely behind you and watches as you dig. Oh, gross. Charlie's mummified remains stare up at you, sad and broken at the bottom of the pit. There's another stone carving down there, just like the one we saw in the mines last night. This must have been where the map took him. Your cousin stands in contemplative silence. Yeah, I guess so. So Sybil's got some actual mysticism going on, huh? Yeah, I guess. She knows things. It's good to know someone who knows things. Let's just get out of here, okay? You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small pieces of dried leaves across the steps of the library. Finally, we're out of the funhouse. I'm gonna go wait by the car. Last thing I want to do after all this is talk to people. Tabitha doesn't wait for your to respond, pushing past you and heading towards the car. I'm gonna peace out too. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. See you, Rosalina. See you, Alexis. Zane walks off down the road. How are we supposed to know it would be like that? Things have been strange around town, sweetie. Now is not the time to be poking around in the supernatural. I thought you learned that lesson yesterday. But magic isn't real. I mean, it's not supposed to be. God, that hurt. Everything is so sore. My bones were not meant to bend like that. I'm going to be hurting for a few days at least. And poor Rosalina. I'll make sure to bring them both some tea later. I think I have just the thing. Mom, this is no time for tea. Jesus, the girl's lost a leg. She needs a real medication. Real medication comes from natural ingredients, doesn't it? What I have to offer is no different than what Dr. Kelly would prescribe. And besides, after all you've seen, are you really so sure you have that much of a grasp on the real and unreal? How? Is it really gone? It was a bit of a Hail Mary, but yeah, it's gone and I didn't have to sacrifice anything. You're too modest. It's a considerable feat to reason with a spirit like that. I can't believe you actually got us out of there. And you got our house back. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'll do my best to make it up to you. To think that ghosts are actually real. Stella's got to be over the moon right now. Actually, wait, where is Stella? Oh, she's just standing there, by herself. This isn't like her. Is she okay? I was wondering the same thing. We just saw a ghost and she's just standing off by herself. Which, like fair, that'd be a normal reaction from anyone else who'd just seen a ghost. But this is Stella we're talking about. I'm gonna go check in with her. You walk over to Stella. Oh, hey, pal. I'm so sorry I couldn't get you out of there sooner. I'm so sorry, Pao. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. I wonder what's going on with her. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? She's a strong girl. She's had to grapple with a lot of turmoil in her life. She can handle an evening like this. All of you should be taking after her right now, to be honest. You've all been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. Yeah, she does seem a bit shell-shocked. There was another carving in there. I wonder if those things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them on back-to-back nights? And if you and Stella are right, and there's another one in the clinic... I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. Have you been finding carvings around town? This is news to me, too. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow. Oh, Sybil. I can't believe I let Rosalina go in there. How could I have been so careless? After everything she went through in the last day, how could I have let this happen? I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms, and he vaguely threatened Stella if I kept poking around. Wait, are you serious? Should we be worried about her? He also crushed a ditchling with his bare hands. It was pretty scary. That's just another reason we should keep our distance. Stella's smart. Hopefully she'll be okay. There was someone else in there? But that's my house. Rosalina and I live there. Did he say anything else to you? We don't need to trouble Pao for any details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. Were you all conscious that whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Though none of them technically gave any of their years away, you can see how exhausted they are and how unsettled. Yeah, it was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. Pretty sure we remember everything, at least up until Sybil showed up and snapped us out of it. Oh, maybe he is the entity and Sybil is trying to help untether him from Scarlet Hollow. I think by drifter she means that his body will eventually decay to nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I keep getting the impression that Wayne and Sybil are at odds with each other. Like they're two forces that are kind of being weird about it. So, like, if everything we saw is true, then the entity and the witch were both trying to help in their own way. Very different way. And I think the entity is still the entity, and the witch is still the witch. Like, reincarnated witch, I'm sure, but, you know, I feel like the witch and Tabitha, like, it's like the witch and the Scarlets work together to keep the entity contained, and the entity is some variety of, like, stereotypical evil, but just in a way where, like, self-interest is important, right? And it's in its interest to help. So it is selfish more than anything else. But I don't know. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. The words just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. Huh. I should head back with Tabitha. And I should probably head back inside. It's starting to get chilly out, and there's still work to do to get Rosalina set up for the night. Don't be a stranger, and let us know if you need anything, Oscar. I will. Thank you, all of you, again. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. I also sort of feel like that's out of the blue, because Kanika at no point, like, said she had a cold or that she wasn't feeling well. She just had a fight with her mom this morning, and that's about it. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, pal. But I'm wired and I want to talk about stuff. I am too. Mom! There'll be plenty of time for catching up tomorrow. Oh, if you hang out with her on the van. Okay. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, pal. Was it? I don't remember that, but you might be right. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. I guess it's just the two of us now. So you have no idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. I guess you finally got some shared trauma with everyone now. Avery chuckles, then grabs at their ribs, wincing. Yeah, I guess I do, huh? I know tonight was horrific, but was also thrilling. And knowing we all went through it together makes it easier. There are people to commiserate with tomorrow morning when the soreness really starts to set in. Which reminds me, I'd better get back home. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Time to wrap things up here. And no more ditchlings, which is good. The ride back is quiet, but not tense. Tabitha looks lost in thought as her glazed eyes stare at the winding mountain road. Thanks for coming along tonight. That place would have been a lot worse without you. I'd say that someone had to be there to watch your back, but I guess you wound up handling everything just fine by yourself. Do you trust me now? More than I trusted you an hour ago, at least. So I guess ghosts are real. Yeah, I guess so. Feels like people should be making a bigger deal about this. You'd be surprised how quickly people adjust to terrible realities. Much rather move on from what happened tonight than make a big deal out of it, and I'm sure most of your little friends feel the same way. Still, you did a good job tonight. I'm almost proud to call you my cousin. You slide back into silence as the car makes its way back to the estate. You're back inside. After the events of this evening, the howling winds and unsteady creaks of the estate almost feel like a warm welcome. Well, we're back. I still can't believe we all made it out in one piece. How did you know to call Sybil? Who else should I have called? The cops? I believe you've seen their competence on full display. Besides, I'm sure you've heard that old woman talk. If anyone in this town would have known how to deal with a ghost, it'd be her, right? Not that we needed the help, apparently, but how was I supposed to know you were able to talk a ghost into submission? I talked to Isaacs today. One of the miners. Why? He knew Sam Wayne. The man he described was not the Wayne we know. He's right. Wayne is not the decent man I used to know. I don't know what that has to do with me. Miners think you had a hand in it. I didn't. Your men are scared of you. They think you're a murderer. Your cousin sighs. Fine. If it keeps them in line, they can have their little fantasies. Better they think I'm a murderer than a pushover. Oh. Well, that's a bad loop. But yes, an actual fucking smile. We might have gotten rid of that ghost, but I'm still traumatized. It's great. Now you're really a Scarlet. Will this be a lesson to you, Val? Do you think Stella is going to be okay, like, emotionally? She wandered off back there. I'm worried about her. She's a pest. And like all pests, she has an uncanny way of bouncing back from things. She'll be fine. I want to talk about Wayne. Really talk. Here we go. You really don't want me talking to him. What does he know that you're afraid I'll find out? I just know him. Please trust me when I say he's bad news. So Wayne's a he now? Back in the garden realm, he was an it. Ugh, does it really matter? I was scared in there, and right now I'm so exhausted I can barely think straight. Who cares if Wayne is a he or an it anyway? Either way, he's bad news, and you're best steer clear. Do you think he's actually going to hurt Stella? No, he's a creep, but I don't think he has it in him to hurt her. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Stella is irritatingly resourceful. She'll be fine. Did you kill him? He's obviously not dead, so no. Also, thanks for accusing me of murder. Love that. Why is he following me? He's a creep, stalking his ex's cousin. All the more reason to not talk to him. He's a different man now. Stay away from him. Why is he all gross? He's sick or something. Probably part of why he's such a creepy weirdo now. I don't know if it's contagious, but I wouldn't rule it out, so don't go near him. Okay, I feel like we shouldn't have the I talk to Isis thing again. Yeah, it's an infinite loop. Great, we found a bug. Alright, I think it's time for me to turn in. It's a good idea. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't keep poking around looking for trouble. You just have to make it to the funeral. 4 more days, that's all. And then the bus comes. I'd like to stay in touch after all this is done. We've both got plenty of time to think that over. Anyway, night, and see you tomorrow. Time to go to bed. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest, but disaster still looms over the town of Scarlet Hollow. Still, tonight was a good night, and you'll fall asleep with a gentle, well-earned smile on your face. End of Chapter 3. We hope Episode 4 released before the end of the year. If you'd like to continue with this world state, do a save. Alright, we will do a save. And then turn. So why do we not... How did we do this last time? What did we do last time? Aha! No! Escape! Oh well. It'll show up in the next chapter. Yeah, okay, you might be right. Alright. Well, it's a little bit after 9. And I, for sure, need to go because I gotta go run D&D. And figure out what the effing hell is going on with my microphone. So that's gonna be my thing. I will see you all tomorrow. I think I'm streaming, The Sims maybe tomorrow. I forget. I will look at my calendar. But thank you very much for hanging out, and see you then.